Welcome to Swamp Shangri-La, rural living here in the heart of the South Carolina Low Country. See me up on Big Blondie, our 1971 dresser, 250 Charlie, crawler loader. What we're going to do today is go over the operational functions of Big Blondie. That way, if you, the viewer, decide you want to get into heavy equipment, you want to get into bulldozers, crawler loaders, what have you, then you'll have at least some kind of a baseline for functions and putting the equipment into operational configuration. So stick around, we got some good stuff coming. Okay, you went and bought you a loader, you went and bought you a bulldozer. It's been delivered. The heavy haul driver just parked it right in your front yard. Now what? We'll show you how to do this. This is a 1971 Dresser 250 Charlie. It was made on a Dresser TD20 bulldozer chassis, which means the base. The object with tracks is the chassis. So if you're looking to get a TD20, you got a pretty good idea now what size you're looking at when it comes to that model of machinery. So let's talk about the basic controls that we have for Blondie right here. You can see you got a very basic gauge board. The gauges kind of work, but this thing came off the assembly line in 1971. Here it is, 2019. I really don't expect them to really work. If I do get readings on them, which I do get readings on a couple of them. So, hey, I'm impressed. But before you start today, check your oil, check your antifreeze, fill up your hydraulic tank, and fill up your fuel tank. Fluids, the lifeblood of the beast. Make sure it has it. Also, grease your fittings. And on the side of any piece of equipment, it has a grease chart of main key points of where you need to go ahead and pump that thing full of grease. Now, these older loaders, you might need to go ahead and swap out the grease fittings because they're probably shot. So hopefully they're not practically self-welded in place, and you can do that. Food for thought. But let's walk you through some controls right here. As far as ignition, it's real simple. It's a push button. You come down here on the front, you got a real simple little pull-out style switch right there. That's your battery switch. That's a battery isolation switch. That is a master kill switch. You turn it, you see where it used to be able to be locked as a safety lock, things of that nature. Right now, I have zero juice going to this loader. I'm hitting the button, the magic isn't happening. Now, I pull back out on this bad boy, lock it in place. I hit that button, she'll crank right up. So, keeping that in mind, let's walk you through the controls of this thing. You get it started up. Now what are you going to do? The first thing to the right-hand side right here is a transfer case. This is your high and low range. Right now, all the way forward, I have it in the low range. If I had this stick all the way back, it would be in high range. All right, let's talk about foot controls. When you get your dozer or even some model crawler loaders, you'll see a whole line of pedals on the ground. You'll have anywhere from 4 to 6 foot pedals on the ground. Don't be intimidated. I'm about to walk you through it. Often over here, and I'm talking about dozers that are going to be, old as your big buddy Jay, or might even be older. That's just reality. To the far left, you might see twin pedals off to the side over here. all on their own. Those are blade controls, pitch controls, often for a dozer blade. Dozers have blades, loaders have buckets. Just terminology to use. So, the left pedal will be a left pitch. The right pedal will be a right pitch. That's kind of the way it works out. Coming across the foot control system, you'll have your left track brake. You'll have often a master brake. And then you'll have a right track brake. And then over here on the right-hand side, often all alone, and often where you got to make a special effort to get to it, will be an independent decelerator pedal. What does a decelerator do? You've heard me bring it up a couple times already. Let me explain it to you. My decelerator is right here, and it's a combination with the brake. If this was an independent dozer, it would be over here, probably all alone by its onesy. What does this pedal do? Well, if you look over here to my left, you'll see steering controls. You have reverse, you have forward, you have throttle. Crawlers, dozers are designed to work at full throttle. For the most part, that gives optimum hydraulics. That gives everything you need to make the magic happen. Now, to change your direction at max RPM, you need to disengage acceleration. You need to disengage something in that engine so you don't slam your transmission with all the various shear forces of going from reverse to forward and back again. This is where a decelerator pedal comes into play. You would press the decelerator, or in my case, bam, I press the decelerator. And then, guys, pretty much I put it forward or put it in reverse and go back and forth and allow the magic to happen. So that is the purpose of the decelerator. Always remember to use it. Again, the transfer case, it's in low range. Often you do not need to put it in high range because it's going to put a lot more wear on your parts and you get more positive torque and push using lower gear ratios. Just like I told you of our tractor video, you don't need to be in high range because machinery, implements, the like, is meant to be used at maximum torque, maximum RPM, and you get that by using it in low range settings. That way you maintain positive control over the apparatus, and you also are able to achieve positive delivery of force. So, let's get this thing going. You start the magic right here. Firing a hole, she starts up. With this model of crawler loader and a lot of your older model dozers and crawlers, you need to be in a neutral position. You have a locking plate always whenever you have a crawler, dozer, what have you, you have a steering lockout. You cannot put it in gear. So it's a neutral configuration. You have neutral right there. This thing will now start. Throttle control right here. So you get it started, then go ahead and pop it into whatever you decide, whether you want to go to 1 to 2 speed or 3 to 4 ratio, there it is. If you want to back it up, there it is right there. And you can control the throttle right here. That way, you don't have to worry about a whole lot. This is basically a hydrostatic transmission. And that's why you'll find that if you get a piece of heavy machinery, you will like it more than probably your baseline old school tractor. Because unless you've really grown up using tractors or you got accustomed to using various styles of machinery, then if you're starting out in the game, You're going to be like, oh, I like that. It's very much plug and play. Now, some of your old school dozers will have stick shifts like an old school tractor transmission. You just have to find out where it's located and figure out as far as, okay, this is what I need and this is how it goes, which case it will operate just like an old school tractor transmission. You'll be in first gear, second gear, what have you, and then you'll shift into the first gear, whatever gear you need, and then you can go ahead and operate what you're doing, because there'll still be directional controls and the like. And again, it'll have steering clutches as well as brake clutches. All right, let me walk you through the loader controls of this thing real quick, guys, and then I'm going to walk you through it. And then once we get this thing fired up, I'm just going to show you it in slow motion action. So, main stick, down is down, back is up. Left curls up. Right pitches down. So what we're doing is this right here. If you want to lift up your loader bracket, you'll lift straight back on your stick. Doesn't matter if it's a little red or big blondie right here, that is how you do it. So you're coming up with your loader. You want to come down your loader, you press down on your loader, right here. Press down on the stick. You want to curl that bucket up. You want to scoop left, right here. That curls it up. You want to go ahead and dump it. Pitch it down. Right. Just like so. Now this is a clamshell bucket. So that means we got another stick. Clamshell opens that bucket and closes it. If I want to open that bucket up, boom, stick forward, opens it up. You get to a tree, you get to whatever you want to do, you got your bucket open. You press your bucket open, it'll stay open until you close it. Keep that in mind, guys. You don't have to maintain this thing open, okay? You don't have to sit there and hold the lever, because eventually it's going to max out and it ain't going anywhere anyway. So you open your lever up, bam. We open up, and now you get to where you're going to go. Go ahead and ease it on down into place. So there it is. You're coming down with it. Get to where you want to be. You can pitch it, roll it, however you want to do it, get it going. Okay, that's what these controls will be for. So basically, if you want to curl it up a little bit, you can curl it up. If you want to pitch it down a little bit, you can pitch it down. Okay, that's how you work in your controls. Just play with it. Have fun with it. So now you want to close your bucket because you come right up on a tree. So you come right up, rock your lever back, and it closes it up. All right, you got a solid lock on it. Go ahead and lift back on it. Okay, so you lift it up. And then what you want to do is you want to go ahead and curl this bad boy up. So you're pitching it up. Just like so. For good transpo, rock it on back. Get it up at optimum carrying height where you're not going to destroy something on the ground, rake over, a shed roof, take out whatever you're going to take out on your property. So that's just a little bit of intro, a little verbal to showing you the controls. And then I'm just going to go ahead and crank the blondie up here and do a non-verbal and show you the controls in action with positioning of the bucket itself. So here we go. That kind of gives you guys a brief overview of your loader controls, your track controls, your directional controls, basically the controls you need to operate this thing, or whatever piece of machinery you get. And always remember, just get out there and play with it. Sit there, operate that loader, see how it responds. You know, you should do this before you buy it. Make sure everything's good to go, okay? If you're unsure about what to do, have someone walk you through it. Have the owner walk you through it. You are spending good money for this. Take you on a journey. Prove to me this works. Also, the other thing you guys are going to want to do, look online. You can still find operator's manuals for these old pieces of equipment. I got an operator's manual for this one. I'll probably get a service manual next. You need this. It will help you. If you have any questions about anything, it should put clarity on your question. It's like, what does this do? What does that do? Oh, you look at the operator manual, it tells you. This is what number 4 is. This is what number 7 is. So, we hope you guys have found this to be an informative video, giving you a little bit more knowledge base, and we appreciate your viewing. Be sure to hit the share and like button as well. We'll see you on the next one.